Chef Vic, and today I'm going to show you guys a quick and easy Italian meatball recipe. You can always make a good old sub sandwich with it, or a good old classic spaghetti and meatball. But I'm going to show you guys how to make a cool sandwich with it. It's delicious, nice and buttery, and all this good stuff. So stick around, guys, and enjoy this recipe. Alright guys, let's start this delicious meatball recipe. It has a blend of beef and pork as well. So that'll be about 1 pound of beef, ground beef, 1 pound of ground sausage. And of course it'll be kind of like 1/3 of a cup of parsley, about 5 cloves of garlic, nice and minced deliciousness. And then of course 1/2 cup of Parmesan Reggiano. If you can't find that, regular Parmesan will be fine. I'm using about 1 cup of Italian breadcrumbs and 1 egg. And then I'm gonna throw a little splash of water. What that does, it keeps it moist. It keeps it, this mousse keeps it moist and stuff like that, and all that good stuff. So let's begin, shall we? So we're gonna chop off all the stuff here. If I get like the little parsley here, flat leaf parsley is fine. Those curly ones is fine as well. It's up to you. I'm just trying to pick up all the leaves of it. I'm not going too crazy. You don't have to worry about too much of it, but I just don't want big, thick stems inside the parsley. Of course, this is what we kind of do in the restaurants, of course. Make sure all that good stuff is there. About like that. You don't have to go too crazy. I'm going to show you guys a little close-up view. So I'm going to, you know what I'm saying, cue up the music, show you guys a little chop action, and tell you how to put it together. So, a little choppy action right there. So what we're going to do next, after you chop up your garlic and your parsley, then you're going to add your pound of pork, your beef. I got grass-fed. It doesn't really matter. It's up to your kind you like. I use grass beef. This happens to be there. I kind of like the taste of it. Again, though, it doesn't affect the taste of it at all. So, but again, though, it's up to you guys. But then we're gonna add 1 egg. But first, actually, what we're going to do though, before we do that though, we're gonna add cheese, and then we're gonna add 1/2 of the breadcrumbs now. A little sprinkle action right there, and then we're gonna add our seasoning of salt, kosher salt, and I liked it. I like it because the feel, I could know how much salt I'm putting because of the rough texture kosher salt has. But table salt, it's up to you guys. This is the seasoning to taste, of course. A bit of that. Ground or fresh cracked pepper is your choice. I'm a big pepper guy, so I love the fresh crackness of it. So again, salt, pepper to taste. I got this from the grocery store, this black pepper mill, but it has all kinds of like the different, like the green, red, white pepper, black pepper, all that. It's good blend. Pretty good stuff right there. Then what we're going to do is just mix this up. What you want to do at this point, really get in there, because what you want to do is get all that herb, garlic, cheese, really incorporate inside the meat, really in there. Now it's gonna feel dry at first, just because we haven't added anything of the wet, like the egg. The egg is gonna have moisture to that. But I just want to get it kind of ready in there so it's not as hard or messy as it is. So as you can see, it's a little on the dry side. So to fix that though, we add 1 egg. Don't you love when you crack an egg, like the shells almost like blow up in your hands? I love that. So put the egg in there. Again, we're gonna add a little splash of water. Just a little bit. Now you gotta work it in again. These meatballs are delicious, by the way. You almost done that. I'm gonna show you how to shallow fry them. Delicious. And then we'll finish cooking them in the sauce, of course. And then I'm gonna also show you guys a little quick little sauce that I can make. So you get to see a little more action with chocolate. So as you see now, it's like moist. Just the sound of it, you quite hear it, a little moistness to it. And then because you don't want no lumps either. Don't be afraid to work it. So what the trick is, kind of overestimate on the breadcrumbs. So again, at the end it's gonna be a half a cup. Because you don't want to have too much breadcrumbs, that's what makes it dry meatball. And yeah. Anyways, so guys, there's the meatball right here. I'm gonna show you guys a cool close up again, like I did with the first stage. And after that, we're gonna portion it to meatball. Again, it depends on the size you guys want. You want a big size, small size, up to you. You guys want to do little mini ones. Again, it's up to you guys, but I'm about to do kind of like almost like a golf ball or something like that. So guys, you gotta keep in mind of the size. Of course, you're gonna make meatball sandwiches. You gotta make sure of not to make them too big, but you want to make them bite size. So when you eat a sandwich, it's bite size, so like that. So the size I probably will go for a sandwich or so. I even like to cut them in half though to fit evenly inside the sandwich though. So regardless, I'm gonna cut them in half. But kind of like this, you guys. I don't know if you guys can see that. There you go. Kind of like that. It's the right size right here. So you gotta keep in mind it's also going to shrink when it cooks. But basically like that. That's enough good size right there. For a bigger size, I'd say for like a pasta dish, because you can go big, because of course we're gonna cut it in half with our forks and stuff. I'll probably go a little bigger than that. So I'm gonna show you guys an example of that. Give you guys a rough estimate of so to speak. Like that. So you can see a really significant size to one another of how big you want it. Again, though, that's up to me. I guess it's up to you, how you guys want it. So really, that big one to show you is literally 2 of these make that one. So I'm about to show you guys a cool little clip. I'm gonna cue the music again. Show me rolling these meatballs up, and then we get back on cooking and making the sauce. Alright guys, so next up is to heat up a pot right here. We're going to start making the sauce first. So good old olive oil. Can't be generous with it. Next up, a couple little shakes of chili flakes. Let's add a little spice to it. Just like so, not too much. And then we're going to do, you're going to add your garlic slices. Just be careful not to burn them. You don't want to burn them, so don't put them on high heat. You're going to notice it's kind of on a low heat. Give that little stir. And then you're going to let this kind of slowly heat up, and then it's going to slowly cook those garlic. And then we're going to add our onions, cook that down a little bit, and then we're going to start adding our tomatoes. It's gonna be very, very delicious, my friends. All right, so you're starting to see I'm gonna lower the heat just a little bit. Then we're gonna slowly cook these olive oils, kind of like frying it. It's flaming those olive oil up with that garlic, flaming it up with that chilies. Just gently, you can smell it. Now, this is where I want to take it. I don't want to take it to the point it's gonna turn brown, because that's at that, just like that, it burns. So add our onions to stop the frying process a little bit. And this is going to kind of stop that garlic from burning too much, because then the onions are going to release this water content, like so. can already see the beautiful coloration is happening to it. We cut the onion so small that it cooks very quickly. It's starting to become translucent. I just don't want the garlic, or even the chilies. Even the chilies they get that burnt, it gets bitter. You don't want that. Right now they're fine, they're happy. So then we're gonna add our beautiful 1 can of whole tomatoes. It's about 28 ounce, about 1 pound of whole tomatoes. We got our potato masher here, and we're just gonna lightly press. Be careful, you don't want to pop right in your eye or anywhere else, so be careful, lightly crush them. This is a very rustic sauce. I kind of like that rustic tomato type of sauce. So let that go down. And once in a while, I probably have to do it again a little bit just to make sure, but they seem like they were crushing very nicely. Beautiful. It's gonna thicken slightly. Now you do have to taste. Now if the tomatoes is like acidic, meaning it's very tart, add a little sugar to balance out that tartness if you like. Unless you like it very tart, it's up to you, my friends. Okay, set that aside. Next up, we're gonna add about a 15 ounce can of tomato sauce. And then we're gonna add it in there. What this does is adding not only more sauce to it, but it also adds that little consistency that you want, that thickness you want. And then you're probably wondering when we're gonna add like the seasoning and salt, and that's gonna be right now, my friends. Next up, we're gonna add pinches of salt. Again, salt to taste. Next up, fresh cracked pepper. Again, to taste. We're gonna add some fresh herbs to this, and that would be that parsley. I even add the stems, because stems has flavor. But just chop them kind of fine as possible if you have the big, thick stems. Kind of let it mix there gently. Delicious. And then we're gonna add a little more freshness to the sauce. There's some fresh basil. A little bit. I'm using, I don't know if you guys can see that, this fresh basil that's lightly dried. You see in most grocery stores where the herbs are at. Very awesome. Just in case you're worrying about your fresh basil go bad, this stuff lasts good. You just gotta keep it in the fridge and it lasts a good while, my friends. It lasts way more longer than actual fresh basil. So now the trick is, now we gotta of course taste our food, make sure it's on point, and do that now. All right, my friends. So this needs a little more seasoning, a little salt. Beautiful. You gotta keep in mind, the more you add, more you let it boil, the more it'll be on point. I'm gonna add a little more garlic powder. Stir in. I actually didn't need no sugar, really. It's not as tart as I thought. Again though, the more you let that sauce simmer, the delicious it will become. Give it a little taste. Delicious. Next, I'm gonna set this pot to the side, and then we get to fry our meatballs and cook our meatballs in there, and that's really the flavor is going to be at. Okay, so the next step, turn on your pan to medium, high, low, and then we're gonna fill it up kind of almost like a shallow fry. So that means not deep fry, but it's kind of shallow fry. There we go. Because what it does is gonna develop that beautiful color, golden brown. Again, if you get golden brown and crispiness on your meat, that's what all flavors at. 2 cloves of garlic right in the oil. Keep it nice and clean. So this is a good indicator when your oil is ready, when you start to see the sizzle on your garlic, but also it's gonna flavor your oil. So you want this a nice golden it's kind of golden brown. That means it's cooking the garlic oil. So. And there you have it, my friends, delicious Italian meatball sandwich, or you guys can make a good old delicious classic spaghetti and meatballs. This recipe is so good, guys, flavorful, moist, of course, tender, not dry at all, my friends. Hey, it's a good recipe, my friends. Again though, guys, if you guys make any kind of recipe of mine in my YouTube channel and all that good stuff, hit me up in my Instagram. I'd be happy to share and share you guys' your guys' food that you guys made from my recipes and stuff like that. I'd be happy to share those and show my family and all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because I consider you guys a family, you know? So again, guys, you guys like this recipe, you guys like the Italian meatballs and all that, hit that like. If you guys new to my channel, I don't know what you guys are waiting for, hit that subscribe, knock it out if you guys into that. No, for real, so hit that subscribe button. It really helps out my channel. And again, hit that bell and notify guys upcoming new videos. Again, it's you guys get the first notification, you know what I'm saying, of my new videos. So again, guys, hope you guys take care. Hope you guys enjoy this recipe. It's just delicious. You guys will be happy. You make your family all happy. Everyone be happy with this delicious recipe. Again, guys, take care, and I will see you guys